Hey guys, it's Erica Galinas with Century 21 Affiliated here for our weekly market update. This week we are talking about Munster, Indiana. We'll go through all the numbers. Nothing super exciting. Munster's nice and stable, which is exactly where we want it to be. There's a couple different factors for that, but prices are still strong, and we're not seeing inventory. We don't have the inventory in Munster, just like we don't have it in Dyer, like we don't have it in Crum Point, like we don't have it in Valpo. In the month of July, we sold 37 units of real estate, and that's all of Munster. That's the new stuff, the old stuff, the condos, the $1 million homes. Only 37 units closed. And again, not because there's anything wrong with the Munster real estate market, but because we are having this, listing inventory crisis that's going on. So it's only 37 units. It sold for an average price of $358,000. So total volume was about $13.2 million. So the prices are holding strong. Last month, 48 units sold, so a little bit more. I don't know that a difference of 11 means all that much. Average price about $351,000 versus $358,000 this month. Again, a $7,000 price jump. Again, that's a nice stable number that we kind of like. Average days on market this month and last time, 7 days on market. Stuff is hitting the market on Sunday. By next Sunday, it's off the market. So that is not unusual what we've seen. Sales to list price 98.2%. We're not seeing the over hundreds or the 99.999% like we're seeing in some of the other places. That's because things are slowing down just a little tiny bit, but also because a lot of the houses in Munster were custom built 50s, 60s, 70s, and people have lived in them for decades. So a lot of times the houses that are selling in Munster that aren't, newer need, updating. They're a little dated, they have wallpaper or something like that. So sometimes those houses don't shoot over that 100% mark, which again, 98.2% is still super fabulous. So I'm not worried there. 37 total, 13.2 million. Our prices went up $7,000, which is, again, nice stable market. One of the things that is, I don't want to say keeping that number low because 358 isn't a bad number, but lower than it might be, is that in Munster there were a lot of condos that sold over the past month or so. They were, all the condos are up by like Martha Street and all the different parts of Munster. Those obviously sell for less than something brand new or something that's 4,000 square feet is going to sell for. Munster, along with Cherville, is one of the very few areas around here where there is any kind of real estate available for less than $200,000. So those condos are selling right away. They're flying off the market. They are closing at, 150, 160, 180 right there. So they're not $80,000, but they're also not $390,000. Like, that's the base price in like St. John nowadays. That's a little hyperbole, but it's close. The other thing, I keep track of this kind of luxury market, I keep track of kind of separately, luxury homes in Dyer, Munster, Cherville, different places around here. $2 million homes closed in the month of July, which is interesting because for a long time throughout all these towns, zero $2 million or $1 million plus homes sold. So this is, at least somebody's buying them. We know that the market isn't just dead or something like that, but there are some closing. So for those numbers, that 37 sold, 7 were condos and townhouses, and like I said, they were in that 150 to 200 range. 30 single family homes all over the map in terms of price. No new construction. So we have not yet closed any new construction in Munster, including those that like lifestyle condominium community that they're building on Calumet. They're all still listed. Some of them are pending. They're still building them, so we're hopefully going to see those close in the next several months, only because I'm very curious to see how much they're getting for these condos. In terms of active listings, so this is everything in Munster that is listed for sale today. There are 59 active listings in Munster. 13 of those are new construction. So far as I could tell, all of them are part of that condo community. So that's 46 existing homes. And again, these are pre-existing condos, the ones they built in the 70s and 80s, all the way up to some Briar Ridge and stuff like that. The average listing price is $363,000. Again, this is interesting about Munster because we've seen in St. John, we've seen in Dyer and Cherville, Crum Point, different places, our average sales price is here, but the average list price is like way up here. So we're kind of trying to figure out what the difference is between those two. Munster is right on track. Average sales price of $358, average list price of $363. We are nice and stable. It's wonderful. So of these active listings, the average days on market are 18. Again, that includes that new construction, which those always hang around a long time. Single family, 17 condos. So there, like I said, 13 of those are those new ones, that lifestyle community. And then there's, 4 more that are listed in the other older condos throughout Munster. Pending listings, 54 pending listings. Average Average days on market, 10 days, which again is in line with everything else. Average price, $302,000. We may see some of those close above where they're, so if their average list price is 302, but some of them sell, above their list price, this average price may go up. Otherwise, it is about $55,000 less than our average sales price for last month. But again, we may see once these close that, some are going for over list price. There may be a whole bunch of condos that have not closed yet that are listed in the 140s, 160s, something like that. So we'll see where these average listing prices end up once they close. No new construction. Again, we're just waiting for those condos to be built, so there's no new construction. They were all existing homes. 11 of those were condos, 43 of those were single family homes. So Munster, and it's all good news. It doesn't necessarily make for a super compelling video, but the best news ever, Munster is a nice, wonderful, stable real estate market. Again, we don't have the listings that we would expect to have in a town. Munster is basically just residential property and some cool parks and a little bit of, commercial district. So we should be seeing more listings, but just like everywhere else in our area and everywhere else around the country still, there are just not a lot of listings. Sellers are staying put. The prices are too high. They can sell at top dollar, but then they have to buy a top dollar, so there's really kind of no gain for them if they're comfortable. They don't have to move. Again, we don't have the new construction numbers in Munster, so we're not seeing those big jagged spikes with days on market and 100% over list price and pendings. I forget what it was, but I think I did St. John, and there was like 87 pendings or something like that. And it's because these new construction ones aren't done yet, so they're just kind of hanging around in these pendings. So in terms of a regular real estate market in an area that's just churning, buyers in, sellers in, everything's closing. Munster's pretty stable. It looks good. Nice solid prices. Like I said, $358 for an average. If you go from these condos and just these two $1 million homes that sold, that's a nice solid average price. Days on market, sales to list price, all those numbers are nice and stable, which is again good news. Sellers always want, obviously top dollar as much as possible, hopefully as quick as they can do it. But what we have seen is that is driving buyers out of the market. Now we're into this fall season. People have kids that have started school, or they're looking forward to the holidays or vacations, all kinds of different things. This is, going to remain probably here for now, and we'll see what happens. Yeah, so again, no big headlines, nothing exciting. Still can't wait to see what those condos are selling for in Munster. Maybe we'll see some more $1 million. Maybe we'll see this condo market kind of really start to spike up like that. But we'll have to keep an eye on these, 54 pendings and 59 actives to see where we end up in the next 60 days or so. So thank you for joining me. If you have somebody who lives in Munster, who is thinking of moving to Munster, please share this video with them. Always like and subscribe to my channel. I do these market updates every week. Next week, we're actually going to talk about Dyer, which kind of is a little, kind of like Munster, but a little different, a lot more newer houses, not so many condos. So we'll see kind of the changes that Dyer has gone through over this last part of the summer. I also may ask the agents on Thursday. You'll get notifications of those. I haven't decided what we're talking about this week. Last week we talked about staging. So you can certainly check some of those out as well. So thank you so much for joining me. If you have any questions about anything, text me anytime, 219-765-2062. You can also send me an email at hsbyerica@gmail.com. That stands for Home Sales by Erica. Or certainly comment below or send me a direct message or something like that. I'm always happy to help. Thanks, guys, and I'll see you soon. Hey guys, I'm glad you're enjoying my videos. If you have any questions about buying or selling, but I'm not in your area, I have connections to an international network of realtors who would be happy to help. Give me a call, text me anytime, 219-765-2062. I'll be happy to give you the name of a realtor in your area. Thanks.